The intensity is rising, and the stage is set for an absolute collision in the Eastern Conference. The Boston Celtics are officially gearing up for a high-stakes first-round showdown against their bitter rivals, the Philadelphia 76ers. This is a massive rematch of the 2023 Eastern Conference semifinals that promises to keep every single fan on the edge of their seat.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLume 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The Philadelphia 76ers punched their ticket to this series after a dominant 109-97 victory over the Orlando Magic in the NBA play-in tournament. Tyrese Maxey led the charge with a monster 31-point performance, while rookie standout VJ Edgecombe proved he can shine under pressure. Now, the Sixers are looking to overcome major adversity as they prepare for the number 2 seed in Boston. All eyes are on the injury report for superstar center Joel Embiid, who is currently recovering from appendectomy surgery with no clear timeline for his return. Despite the uncertainty surrounding their big man, the Philadelphia 76ers are ready to battle the Boston Celtics in a series where every possession will be magnified. With the regular season series split right down the middle, this playoff clash is truly a toss-up. You do not want to miss a single second of the action, starting with Game 1 this Sunday at 1 p.m. in Boston. Tickets are moving fast as the NBA playoff schedule is officially locked in for what is shaping up to be an unforgettable series. Make sure you are prepared for every tip-off by smashing that subscribe button and turning on notifications so you never miss an update on this rivalry. Get ready for a total blockbuster, because the NBA playoffs just gave us the matchup we were all waiting for. The Boston Celtics are officially locking horns with the Philadelphia 76ers in the first round, and honestly, it doesn't get much more intense than this. If you remember last year's Eastern Conference semifinals, you know exactly what's at stake here. It was that legendary Game 7 where Jason Tatum went absolutely nuclear, dropping 51 points to silence the Philly crowd. Now, the 76ers are coming off a grit-and-grind victory against the Magic in the play-in tournament, setting up an immediate rematch. But here is the massive question mark hanging over this series: Joel Embiid. The Sixers star was sidelined for that crucial play-in game with appendicitis, and there is still no clear word on whether he will be suited up for Sunday's opener. Without their MVP, Philly's path becomes infinitely steeper, especially when you consider that these two teams deadlocked their regular season series at 2 games apiece. It is a classic rivalry, a high-stakes rematch, and everything kicks off this Sunday at 1 p.m. live from Boston. Do you think the Celtics have the edge if Embiid is out, or can Philly pull off an early upset? Let me know your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to keep up with every twist and turn of the postseason. In a league defined by star power, it is the teams that survive the adversity who end up holding the trophy. What a turnaround for Philadelphia. The 76ers just punched their ticket back to the postseason with a dominant 109-97 victory over the Orlando Magic at Xfinity Mobile Arena. This wasn't just a win. It was a statement that the Sixers are officially back in the hunt after last year's absolute nightmare of a season. By clinching that 7th seed, they've set the stage for an absolute grudge match against the Boston Celtics starting this Sunday. It is a classic rivalry reborn, echoing that intense 7-game series from 2023, and you better believe the tension is already through the roof. Tyrese Maxey was the undeniable engine of this performance, dropping 31 points and acting as the floor general we all know he can be. But let's talk about the rookie, VJ Edgecombe, the silver lining from last year's injury-plagued disaster, who stepped onto the big stage for his first-ever playoff game and snatched a double-double. That kid is the real deal. You also had big contributions from Kelly Oubre Jr. and a vintage spark from Andre Drummond off the bench, proving this squad has more depth than people give them credit for. Now, the elephant in the room is Joel Embiid. With him sidelined following his recent appendectomy, the uphill climb against the Celtics looks like a mountain. We don't have a return date for the big man, and going up against Boston without him is a tall order, to say the least. Orlando, meanwhile, isn't going home just yet. They've got a survival game against the Charlotte Hornets on Friday to decide who grabs that final spot to face Detroit. But for now, all eyes are on Philly. Do you think Maxey and George have enough magic left to pull off the ultimate upset, or will the Celtics prove to be too much to handle? Drop a comment below with your prediction, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you don't miss a second of our playoff coverage. Sometimes, the most interesting stories aren't about the favorites winning. They're about how a team manages to redefine itself when the lights are at their brightest. The rivalry is back, and it's arguably the biggest ticket in the East this postseason. If you thought the Philadelphia 76ers had an easy road, think again. After taking down the Orlando Magic 109-97 behind a massive 31-point masterclass from Tyrese Maxey, the Sixers have officially punched their ticket to the dance. But the reward for their hard work? A brutal first-round collision course with the Boston Celtics. This isn't just another series. It's a heavyweight clash between the 7th-seeded Sixers and the number 2 seed Celtics. Boston enters this as the team to beat, holding home court advantage for the first 2 games at TD Garden. Mark your calendars for Sunday, April 19, because Game 1 tips off at 1 p.m. AT. If you're looking to be part of the noise, tickets are officially on sale, and you'll want to move fast. Remember, the Celtics host Games 1, 2, 5, and 7, while the Wells Fargo Center will host Games 3 and 4, with a potential Game 6 return to Philly if the series stays tight. Keep in mind that the road to the Larry O'Brien Trophy is long, with the NBA Finals slated to tip off on June 3. If you want to grab your seats, check the link in the description, and keep in mind that buying through those links helps support our channel. So, can Maxey and the Sixers pull off the ultimate upset, or will Boston prove why they secured that number 2 seed? Sound off in the comments below with your predictions for the series. And hey, if you're heading to the arena, enjoy the game. Nothing beats the energy of playoff basketball. Is it finally time for the Sixers to exorcise their biggest playoff demon? The stage is officially set for an epic showdown between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Boston Celtics. It hasn't been a smooth road to get here, though. After losing their grip on the 6th seed last week, Philly was forced into a high-stakes play-in battle against the Orlando Magic. They managed to pull off a 109-97 victory at the Xfinity Mobile Arena, officially punching their ticket to the dance. But let's be real. Be careful what you wish for, because waiting for them on the other side is the Boston Celtics, a team that has historically had Philadelphia's number. Looking at the history, this rivalry is completely lopsided, with Boston leading the all-time regular season record by a staggering 75 games. Even during the Joel Embiid era, these matchups have been nothing short of heartbreak for Philly fans. Whether it was the 2018 5-game exit or that brutal 4-0 sweep in the bubble, Boston has consistently acted as the wall the Sixers just couldn't break through. Even last year, when Philly had a 3-2 series lead, they couldn't close the door, dropping the final 2 games and watching their season evaporate. This year, the teams split their season series, with each game feeling like a heavyweight title fight. But here is the massive elephant in the room. Philadelphia is heading into this series potentially without Joel Embiid. Can they defy the odds and finally change the narrative against their Atlantic Division rivals? It's a mountain to climb, but that's exactly why we watch. The first tip-off is this Sunday, and we want to know what you think. Is this the year Philly finally breaks the cycle, or does Boston continue their reign of terror? Sound off in the comments below, hit that like button, and subscribe so you don't miss a single second of our coverage. Sometimes, it's not about how you start the playoffs, but who you become when the lights are at their brightest.